There we go. Howdy, folks. Welcome to the bait shop. Another Saturday night. We're going to Falcon Lake this week, so we're going to be talking a little bit about Falcon Lake. We're going to talk a little bit about trout, all that cool stuff. Yeah, there we are, Buck. We're also going to talk about what's in the news this week. That's not exactly what we wanted now, is it? There we are. All right, I got my buttons ready to go. In the news this week. Well, the most important thing in the news this week for Buck and a lot of you guys that fish with me, you'll be happy to know. You'll be glad this happened. Buck's been miserable. I don't know. A lot of the guys that fish with me will know this for sure, but for those of you, I'll let you in on a little bit that may not know this. If you noticed, my video creation stopped on Japan at the bucktail mission. I never put a video out on the bucktail mission. I probably never will at this point. That was one of those fish, one of those missions that it just got me. I could not catch that giant trevally. 132 pounder was required. Could not catch that guy on a bucktail. Got him on all kinds of other stuff all over the map. It could not catch that fish on a bucktail. Now, when that map dropped in July or June of last year, I looked back through my notes. I started doing the videos. Late June it dropped. I think June 21st. So I fished it in July. Started doing videos in August. Beginning of August, I hit that bucktail mission. That's when my videos stopped because I couldn't go past it. I never give up the fight. Buck, I'm gonna get that fish. Well, couple 4 or 5 trips back to Japan, hit that thing a couple of times really hard. Still couldn't get it. Still could not get him. I set myself up though last night. I was real tired, but I got it all ready to go. I woke up this morning. I had to hurry up and do this before because I want to do that DLC, the fish. Because we're gonna talk about that, the Fishing Planet Boat Series tournament. So I did that video. I wanted to get that done this morning. So I jumped on there and it was nighttime. I left myself up at night. It worked. Guys, it's over. It's finally over. 165 pounder. Not only did I finally get him, he was on this morning. Now, I don't know if he still is, but he was number 34 on the leaderboard. It's over. Never give up the fight. Almost a year later. That's a couple months shy of that, huh? Oh, man. Maybe I can get back to normal now, guys. Concentrate on some of the other fishing missions that we got to do. This one here threw Buck for a loop for a long time. I must say, probably my toughest. Probably my toughest fish to land. Not just because I could never find him. I mean, this week I was landing 126 pounder. I landed 128 pounder. Couldn't get that 132. Just wouldn't happen. Well, it's over and done with now. That's a good thing, huh? A dang good thing. All right, let's talk a little bit about what else is going on in the news today. Well, put that back up there, Buck, and let's see. Where's your other thing at? There it is. We can do that. That'll work. Fishing Planet Boat Series. All right. This is a real cool tournament. When I start to do these tournaments, I think this is going to be the first one that I do. Hi, Jules. Hi, Micah. This is probably going to be the first one that I do. When does this come around? This is in June. Right, June. I like this one. I read all about it. I like the fish. It's out of a boat. It's really cool. I like this one. So registration opens up on Monday, I guess, 6/2. That's 2 days from now. So we got qualifiers 1, 2, and 3 run on June 3, 4, and 5. And the qualifiers, I believe, are like St. Croix, one of them, I think, and California is another one. And the qualifier, semi and finals are in blue crab. And you're chasing bass and you're chasing just a lot of cool stuff. Good tournament. So that's what's in the news. They got a DLC that goes along with that. I picked it apart here today, so you might want to check that one out. I just posted that up. It's doing real well. So looks like people are liking it. That's a good thing. Getting a couple thumbs up. Remember when you run through them things, everything in YouTube happens on that thumbs up thing, guys. It's only a simple click. Boom. You click on the emojis when you don't like it pretty quick. All right, well, let's see, Buck. What do you got running over there? Not too bad today. Not too bad today. All right, well, what are we going after while we're over there? Well, we're going to try to hit everything. We did really good. Last week we were in the Netherlands. We managed to scarf up on everything there. We did pretty good on that. And we didn't get the round goby. I didn't get that round goby during the stream. However, I did nab him up. I think I didn't get him. Maybe we did get him in the beginning, but I did. He was in my fish net when I left. So at some point over there, I must have nabbed him up. So I thought I missed him, but looks like we got him at least on the trip over there. Might not have got him on the stream, but he was in my bucket. So I'm going to count that as a go. All right. So this week we're after brown trout. Is that running? Yeah. Brown trout. All right. We're after cutthroats. Oregon red bands are over in here. Of course, we got the pumpkin seed, rainbow trout, red-breasted sunfish. We got some rock bass, some smallies. What else is over there? And it's the home, of course, of the big guy, the rainbow outlaw. So, I like this lake. I like to fish it. To me, I prefer to just mosey around in my kayak, to tell you the truth. That's how I like to. That's probably how I'm going to fish it tonight out of the kayak. I like it. Maybe we'll hit a couple of spots, but I prefer to hit. You can hit them all out of a kayak, so that's what's kind of cool. So I'll probably be doing that tonight. So that's the kind of fish we're after. Now, the biggest fish out there on Falcon is the rainbow outlaw, 44 pounds. Other than that, everything's little, guys. Right now, the biggest on the board for the brown is 7.7 pounds. Cutthroat is 3.3. The red band, he's a small one. I think it's 3.6 pound on him. Pumpkin seed, he's under a pound. Same with the red breast sunfish, under a pound. Our rainbow, he's the big guy, 7.4. So we got that's still under 8 pound. 0.9 for that rock bass, so he's under a pound. And the smallies there, not real big, 4 pounders. That's what you're going to get there. So all these trout, you can hunt them with different size hooks. Okay, they all vary a little tiny bit because the cutthroat's a little bit smaller. So he's like a 1 to 2/0, and your brown trout's a number 1 to 3/0. Your red band is like a 4 to a 1/0. And your rainbow is a 2 to a 3/0. So a universal hook where you're good, it's going to work for you. 1/0. That's the top lures that are hitting have a 1/0 on it. 1/0 is good. I mean, especially for trout. You can't go wrong. You can catch every one of these fish on a 1/0 hook. So you don't have to worry. Just throw a 1/0 hook on there and you're fine. And you know what? Everything else will be that smallie will bite on a 1/0, and they say that rock bass, number 6, he's going to bite on that 1/0 too. Now the pumpkin seed, believe it or not, you probably will get one of them on. I wouldn't doubt it. I catch the red band all the time on a 1/0 with crickets, so it's a good hook for this waterway. Can't go wrong. Now, if you want to chase the big unis, you could bump up to a 2 or a 3/0 if you're going after that rainbow. But the size of the hook and bait ain't going to make that big fish. He'll hit that small hook. You don't have to worry about that. All right, Buck, let's talk a little bit about the baits that we use for this waterway. Well, the hot baits that work the best on this waterway are going to be your shiners, small minnows, um, red worms, spawn sack, natural eggs. I didn't want to forget about that. And mayflies. You want to make sure you bring night crawlers, dough balls. You want to have all that stuff. You kind of keep these certain baits that always hit, like this I just said, and then make sure you have dough balls with you all the time when you travel. Make sure I don't carry flies with me much because it takes up a tackle spot, and I don't mess with them. They're too damn small to put on the hook. Oh, I leave them at home. The cricket's about as far as I can get. I can hold a cricket and get a hook in it. I ain't worried about them flies. Semolina, like I said, crickets, grasshoppers. They don't emphasize crickets enough. The crickets are my baby bait. I mean, that's my go-to bait. For almost any fish. A cricket and a bloodworm. What a combination. I wish they'd let us stack baits. I'd put both of them on the hook. Leeches, guys. You want to make sure you bring some leeches too. For the rock bass. He likes them. Okay? That's all I'm saying. He likes them. Lures. You got that? All right. Lures. Let's talk a little bit about the lures. Okay. Lures for this. Your top lures are spinner lures. Naturally, we're talking trout here. Spinners, nano spinners, even. That's what I'm fishing with tonight. Is going to be a nano spinner. In fact, one of them, I'm going to try to knock everything out. That's the only fish I have left on this account for this waterway is a uni. I believe one of my collecting missions or master missions here for trout or something or whatever it is, trout collecting missions. I need to get one 4 point something. That's a uni rainbow on a spinner. So that's what I'm throwing tonight. We'll see if we can just wrap it all up. I don't know. We'll give it a whirl. But they work real well. The spinner baits work great, especially the 1/5 1/0. That nano spinner. And I like the Club Series one, and I've been fishing with that for the last couple of weeks. You guys have seen that. And I'm sticking with it. Sticking with it tonight. It's going to be hot. So that shads work on these guys a lot. Your single spoons work very well too. And minnows. So your minnow lures work real good. Grubs, medium spoon work, and crankbaits, because we're talking about bass. I mean, if you want to hit these bass up too, a crankbait will work, and bass jigs will work too. Bass jig on this, tip it with a worm or something like that. Bass jigs works real well on any bass. And also, and something that they don't talk about in the things, your spinner baits. Anytime you're out fishing for bass, make sure you have a spinner bait in your tackle box. Make sure of it. All right. So the number one lure, they're up there. I picked the number one. Some of them are jammed in there. The number one right now hitting out there is that barbless spinner 1/2 ounce, 14-gram one. The 3/0 is the beetle one that's up there. And then your next three lures are all that narrow spoon. It's the purple narrow spoon, and it's the gold narrow spoon, the 1/4 ounce, the gold narrow spoon, and then the green that green halo narrow spoon. So there you have it. Not too many lures you have to worry about. A couple of spoons and you're good to go. Now, they used to have the Grand Smallies tournament when they had that tournament. That went through here. That one don't exist anymore. So now the only thing we got is the top water kayak. That comes through. And the Independence Trout. Oh, that comes through there. So that's kind of the gist of it. That is Falcon Lake. I like it. A lot of folks around the lodge, we like to hang out there and fish there. It's quiet. Now, it can get a little noisy if you're standing in front of that waterfall for a couple of hours. So, yeah, that's a hot place to fish, but fish it from a boat from the other direction. You won't have to listen to the roar of the waterfalls. All right, let's go over and take a look at some gear over here. Fuck, yeah, that looks pretty good. Hopefully it won't take too long to load. No. All right, guys. Gear, what are we having? Well, again, We're on Steam tonight. They're on the Steam account, Micah, tonight, just to make sure. Because I'm still in Japan. Although I'm going to be coming home soon now. That mission's over. Ah, I'm so happy with that one. All right. Caesar, guys. That's my Caesar. My flipping stick. We're going to grab him, bring him along. He's loaded up. What I got him? Number 8 and some bloodworms on there. The Nero, the match rod here. That'll work. He's too heavy, but on this account, I didn't have the luxury nor the space of buying multiple sticks, multiple weapons. I only bought what I was going to use throughout the whole game, and that was it. And I don't have any frills. So I don't have any specialty stuff. It's just what'll do the job, and this will do the job. So we got a Nero there, and this is all my lightweight stuff. There's my jig winner. He's all geared up, ready to go for trout. So what do you got on there? Titanium. Oh, because of the matchup. Maybe you can lighten that up. We're fishing for trout, Buck. Get that off of there. All right, I'm going to have to do a little rework on this and throw some different line on here. Okie doke. Omnifloat, 1410, so we're good there. What do we got on there? So, Semolina on this guy, and a number 6, so that'll work real well. We'll flip him around a little bit too, catch some of these, get some of these lures. Now, I did not buy all these lightweight casting rods, and there's a reason that I have this one. And let me explain it. I mean, this is the bait shop. Let's talk about it. Why did Buck only buy this right now? I'm level 65. I could have had a chance to buy a lot of stuff. Well, you don't need to. And here's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This stick is a wonderful stick. This Basscaster 710, because half ounce to 1 5/8. That's a good variety there. I mean, you can go way little down here. And 1 5/8, you can get some decent sized hooks on this thing. Okay? So it's very universal setup. And of course, it's a 24 pounder, and the reel is a 24 1/4 pound. And I'm running 23 pound braid with 22.2 titanium leader. And I'll stick with this. I don't even care about the trout. Maybe we'll play around a little bit with the trout. But if I want to, I can go all the way down. Look at this stick will handle down to 10 pound. I can put 10 pound line on here. And then now, boom, I'm right in the ballpark for right here, Falcon. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'll play with the 23 pound. Who cares? But that's what I'm saying. This stick here is very versatile. I didn't need to buy all them other sticks because I can make this. It's 24 pound blank, but I can turn it in and make it a fun stick and just drop down on the string that I put on it. And okay, I'm going to get XP, better XP than this setup for catching trout, but I still got a 24 pound blank sitting here. All right, but anyway, that's my reasoning why I only have this stick and a heavier one, and that's the only two, as far as I'm concerned, in this game, the only 2 casting rods you need that you need to spend your money on, and that's what I did. So, all right, now we've got some bottom rods here. So we've got a Laker Pro 13 pounder, geared up with a Bremer 5,000. So this is 13, 14, and probably. I went light here, 12 pound. That's right. We did do this one light because of the smaller lakes. So this is okay. Still 12 pounds, a little heavy, but 7 pound fish. This will be nice. This will be a nice little bite. And it's the only other one I got. So these are my bottom rods at this point for lightweight bottom rods. Everything else, we don't want to bring them. So this is what we got. Now these are 20 pounder, and I'm running 19 pound braid on. It's a 20 pound stick. So we're still under 20 pounds for everything except for the bass. But hey, what are you going to do? This works for me on all the waterways. That will handle any bass that's on any. I'm down there fishing for peacock bass down in Bolivia, and this stick works just fine. And there you go. And I can go to Lone Star with this, hammer down a little bit with some line, and it'll work just fine. Okay, well, that takes care of all of our gear. That's what we're going to go to Rocky Lake with. What else did we need to worry about here? Oh, let's take a look. While we're over here, guys, let's take a look at, because I I forgot where. First qualifier I knew was at St. Croix. So St. Croix for this tournament, and I mean just a ton of fish. But remember now, it's all spinning rods and casting only. No bottom rods here. No float rods. This is lure fishing. This is top water, bottom water. This is sweet. Buck likes this kind of stuff. All right, so we've got a plethora. I mean, almost everything in the lake counts. That's pretty cool for this guy. Let's see where. Tender Bagasse. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, that narrowed it down pretty quick. Pretty much it's the 10 biggest total weight of 10 fish, right? Northern Pike all the way on that one. Okay, what do we have for qualifier 3? I am really going to do this one of these years. Okay, we're in California now. Oh, this has to be steelhead and snook, I'm sure. Yeah, okay. Well, there, weight-wise. There's a real toss-up there. I know there's a lot of guys that are going to chase snook on this one. Largemouth bass ain't going to get it. Not compared to, you land a couple snooks and there you are, and then you're talking steelhead. So you got, what's nice there is this one here lets you hit some steelhead. You can hit the striped bass, and there's weight. All weight there, and weight in the chinook department. So this is a good qualifier here. I bet that's real tight because you can make a lot of ground up real quick. I bet there's not a runaway with this one. All right, so that takes care. And then of course the semis and finals are everything in blue crab. So get yourself a lure and go for it. Now let's see, what would I go after here? Total weight of 5 fish. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This would be Buck's secret here, guys. If I were to do this tournament, everybody thinks tarpon. Well, unless you can catch 5 tarpon real fast, yeah. Well, you got 2 hours to do this. Yeah, I guess it would be the tarpon because you're going to catch black drum a lot faster. Getting over 100-pound tarpon could be, getting 5 of them real fast. I know you could get 5 95-pound, 5 of these black drum 95 pounds real fast. I know I could do that. I don't know how I'd go on that one. It'd be a toss-up for Buck. Well, I'd probably fish in the same hole where they're both at. That'll increase my odds. I do have one hole there that is plentiful with tarpon and black drum, and that would be the way I would attack that one for the semifinal. And the final, of course, is blue crab. But is it the same fish? Yes, all the same fish. Looks like. Yep. Well, that's the way to go, in my opinion, weight-wise. All right, Buck. I think we talked about everything there is to talk about. Well, that'll do it for Falcon Lake. I'm going to enjoy this night. It's nice 2 hours in the kayak, float fishing. It'll be good. Watching Micah throw his lures up into the trees. He'll be tangled. Buck, I'm tangled again. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. We'll be back at 8 o'clock. Get on a plane and head out to Oregon. Bring your kayak and cooler. We'll see you then. Never ever give up the fight.